Common question being a comedian for this long. People are like, were you a weird child? Were you like a funny, weird child? I'm like, yeah. No, when I was 8, I was a divorce attorney. Super weird, I was very serious. No. So here's a true story again of little Nick Swardson, 11 years old. 11. So my older sister, Rachel, she was 16 at the time, and she had a sweet 16 party. Oh my God. Ladies, right? 16, you're like, what? Here's what I figured out, side story. The loudest sound in the world is when a drunk chick is at a bar and runs into her friend that she didn't plan on seeing that night. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. It is jarring. You'll be hammered at the bar like, yeah, I know, it's like, I don't want to go to work on Monday. It's like, my fucking job sucks. It's like so stupid. Oh my God. Is that Stacy? I think that's Stacy. Stacy! 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 Everyone's like, oh my God. Are we in Jurassic World? You just saw her a week ago. So anyway, back to my stupid sister. She has her sweet 16 party. So again, I'm 11 years old. I'm like, what do I do in this scenario? There's gonna be a bunch of drunk teenagers in my home. Here was my game plan. Took my squirt gun, pissed in it. Ah, were you a weird child? Yeah. So I went around and sprayed drunk people in the face. Yep. And they had no idea. They thought it was water. They were like, Nicholas. So here's the mistake I made. Everything was going great. And I made the mistake of telling somebody what I had done. My sister's friend, Kristen, she goes, oh my God, Nicholas, that's so funny. You're spraying people with water. And I was so cocky. I'm like, it's not water. She goes, what is it? And I go, it's pee. Right at that moment, Greg, the quarterback from the football team, rolls up. I'm like John Wick at this point. I'm just like, both eyes, nose, mouth, 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 ears, 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 nose. Just annihilated him. And he goes, Nicholas. And Kristen goes, oh my God. Greg, that's not water. That's piss. You have piss all over your face. I was like, no! Again, I'm 11 years old. He tackles me, pins me down, unloads all the piss gun in my mouth. My own piss in my mouth. Yeah, it was horrible. But it's funny how you remember stuff from your childhood and it makes sense as you get older. Like, I remember that, and I was like, oh. That's why that's the only way I can orgasm now. First part of that story is true. Second part is not. So I'm sure you guys are like, Swardson, that had to be the last time you had your own piss in your face. Nope. Here comes story number 2. Again, a true story. And this is one of my favorites because it involves one of my best friends, one of my favorite people, David Spade. We know who David is, right? Sweet David! So he calls me up one time and he goes, hey, buddy, what are you doing? I go, nothing. What are you doing? And he goes, nothing. I'm going to a concert tonight. You want to go? I'm like, yeah, who is it? He goes, Def Leppard and Bryan Adams. I'm like, that's the most David Spade concert I've ever heard of in my life. But I go, yeah, how are we getting there? And he goes, I rented a helicopter to beat traffic. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So we go to the airport. It's me and David's date. Beautiful supermodel. Beautiful. Very tall for David. No, it was awkward. She was like 4'3". He's gonna hate me for saying that. So we get in the helicopter, we're 10 minutes into the flight, and I have to urinate really bad. I'm like, ah. And David goes, what's your problem? And I go, I gotta pee. And he goes, why don't you pee at the airport? And I'm like, this is how dumb I am. This is real. I go, I thought there'd be a bathroom on the helicopter. And I think I said it exactly like Napoleon Dynamite. I thought there'd be a bathroom on the helicopter. So he goes, there are no bathrooms on helicopters. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not part of a Channel 5 fucking news team doing traffic every day. I've never been on a helicopter. Sorry, Magnum PI. So he goes, well, I don't know what to tell you. Piss out the window. So he was not serious. This guy, I don't know, thought he was serious. There was like a sliding window to get air. I fucking saddle up. And I go, TT, here's how dumb I am again. And I'm not lying to you. I thought pee would just go like that. Like a drinking fountain stream, it would just go pee. Travel tip, everybody, it doesn't do that. Yeah, here's what it did. All over my face and mouth. All over David and David's date. And David goes, what the fuck? And I go, you said piss out the window. He's like, I was joking. You can't piss out of a helicopter. I'm like, well, you wanted to see Def Leppard, Joe Dirt. And that's the only way David can orgasm now. Silly, just silliness. But yeah, I hate flying. I have to fly a lot. I hate flying. My friend the other day is like, hey, have you ever been to Bali? I'm like, no. He goes, you should go. It's beautiful. I'm like, okay, what's that flight? He's like, it's like 21 hours. No, the answer will always be no if I've ever been to Bali. 21 hours on a fucking plane? If I go to Bali, then I'm moving to Bali. Not getting back on another flight. There's not enough alcohol on that flight to get through that nonsense. So whenever you fly, you know this, right? You want to fly direct. Like, get me there for the love of fucking God. I love when these online places have other options where I'm like, oh, Seattle to Denver? That's easy. And the website's like, okay. You want to save $50? Yeah, maybe one stop? No, I want to get there. Okay, I see what you're saying. Just saying, a couple more bucks. 2 stops. I'm like, no. And then there was one site where I was like, no, direct. And they were like, okay. But what if 3 stops? 3 stops was an option. I'm like, who is that for? Who's in no hurry to get anywhere at all? It's like a simple flight. And they're like, Seattle to Denver? Okay. What about Seattle to Boston, Miami to Bali, then Denver? The flight takes 3 weeks, you grow a beard. No. Stupid. And here's a travel tip, and this is serious. I have so much life advice. Don't fart on an airplane. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Unless it's Spirit Airlines, then shit your pants. Who cares? They're a fucking nightmare. There's no spirit on that flight. It's just dead souls. Miserable. So if you have to fart on a flight, okay, I've solved it. Here's what you do. You let it build. You know when you feel it, and you're like, oh. Let it build, clench, and push it forward. Yeah, clench, push it forward until you're with child. Yeah, you have a beautiful fart, baby. Ready for the world. You feel it kick, you're like, oh. It's a boy. Then you go into the bathroom, take your pants down, sit on the toilet, press flush. You know how violent those airplane toilet suctions are? So violent. You just sit there and flush. It's like... It sucks every fart out of your asshole. Yeah, for the next 5 years. You have to fart for 5 years. That's how powerful that suction is. Yeah. And then you come. Yeah, and then you come. So I thought those flights were stupid. Then there's a flight to Mars. I don't know if you've heard about this. It's a real flight to Mars. The planet. Mars. They want to get over and colonize Mars because they found water that's frozen. Okay, yeah, we better get over there and figure skate. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. They found frozen water. They didn't find like a Buffalo Wild Wings or something. Where I'd be like, I might do that. Yeah, the game's on. The flight to Mars takes 4 months. 4 months. I'm pretty sure it's one way, by the way. That's dicey right there. You're done figure skating, you're like, okay, I want to go home. Nope. If I had to do a flight to Mars for 4 months, I would need a bar of Xanax the size of a canoe. There'd be the whole seat next to me would be a bar of Xanax, and here's what I'm doing. I'd open the window, piss out of it, everyone's fucking dead. You know what I mean? Yeah, no thank you, Mars. If anybody here is listening from Mars, nope. Not happening. Cut to my next special live from Mars. And I'm just figure skating.
So it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing enough to bring somebody back to that, which is not fun because the process of going out, you guys know what it is. Some of you guys are single, some of you guys are in new relationships. The process of going out and meeting somebody, that's a nerve-wracking, embarrassing experience. I can only speak from the guy half, but I'll say that when you go out, you are doing every fucking thing possible to try to impress a woman. Every single thing that you could possibly say comes out of your mouth. You're like, hey, how you doing? I played junior varsity lacrosse. And I have more than 2 towels. And at my apartment, we have soap. It's mostly water with a little bit of soap, and we just keep refilling the water from the faucet. It's like 90% water and 10% belief, but it works if you want to. And then somehow, dude, by the graces of God, a girl agrees to come back to your apartment with you. I don't know why or how you guys do it, but you do. You like the guy, so you're like, all right, I'm going to go. And then what happens, there's a dynamic shift. Because when you're at the bar, you're saying and doing every possible thing you can, and then you get outside the bar. And all of a sudden, you become self-conscious, and money is on the line. It's all there, right? So as you walk through your dark, broke, shitty part of New York City, where it's creepy and sus as fuck, and it's 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, you get really quiet. Because the only thought going through your mind is, don't say anything to ruin it. All I have to do is not mention abortions or the Holocaust. And it's a fucking lock, dude. So the woman on the other side of that is like, what the fuck happened to that fun, cool, charismatic guy that I was just talking to? He was junior varsity lacrosse, now he's quiet as shit. So she gets scared. So every single woman going back to a dude's place, without fail, says this sentence. At some point on the walk back, you will do this. You'll go, "You're not like a serial killer, are you?" If I was, you didn't just stop it. Right? Like, what the fuck kind of detective work is that you're like, wait a minute, are you a serial killer? I'm gonna be like, you got it. All right, come on, I'll drive you home. Let's go. You clever little one, you're good. You're like a regular Sherlock Holmes. Fuck. Spent $75 at the hardware store. What the fuck am I gonna do with this saw now? Wrap it up, boys, let's go. But I get it, you're self-conscious. Dating is hard. Dating's hard for that reason. It is scary because you don't know. You don't know what you're signing up for. It doesn't have to be a serial killer. You don't know what baggage somebody comes with, right? I'll give you an example. I was hanging out with this one girl. We're back at my place, and we're just kind of pillow talking, just laying up, just kind of chatting. And then she goes, "Do you want to know, like, what my kink is?" I played it cool. I was like, "Yeah, tell me. Whatever could it possibly be? What's your sort of..." She could have been like, "I want to punch your mom in the throat," and I'd have been like, "Knock that bitch out. Whatever you gotta do." She goes, "I think it would be really hot if, like, your roommates could overhear us." I was like, "You're in luck." Because, this is a divider, bitch. They're gonna hear every goddamn word. They're gonna hear... I don't know if you noticed the 4-foot gap between the wall and the ceiling here. Well, we are not in a private space. The Kevins are listening in. They don't even say your banking information out loud. This is not... So it's hard, man. You don't know what somebody comes with? I was talking to a girl recently. We hadn't even met in person yet, and she confided in me. She said that she has narcolepsy. Now, I want to be clear about this. There is nothing funny about narcolepsy, except these jokes that I wrote. These are really funny. These are good. These are really funny. These are good. She tells me that she has narcolepsy type 1. And what that is narcolepsy with cataplexy. And what cataplexy means is that your entire body's muscle tone, your ability to even stand, walk, hold yourself up, it can just cut out and it can turn off and you can just go limp. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Oh, damn, for sure. And the way that it happens is based on an emotional trigger. And different people with cataplexy have different ones. For one person, it could be intense joy. For another person, it could be intense anger. She told me that hers was intense laughter. I am not only jacked and humble. I'm fucking hilarious, dude, okay? So when she told me this, I felt like I learned a little about her, And I learned even more about myself because the second she said that, I was like, I'm gonna kill this bitch. I'm gonna take her life, dude. Let's go, baby. New Material night. What's poppin'? Let's go. Me, Dave Chappelle, crowd full of narcoleptics. Let's see who puts more to sleep, baby. Let's go. And then I realized that this is actually a fucking terrible situation for me. Because we had not even met in person yet. We can't be out in public together with me pitching heaters, dude. Just dropping A material on her? No chance. That's not gonna look good for me. So I called her and I was like, hey, would you mind if our first date was like at your place or at my place? You know, just something low key? And she goes, absolutely not. That's so creepy. Why? And I was like, you gotta see it from my perspective. We can't go to a bar. I buy you a drink, slide it over, you take a sip, I say something, and then you chuckle and pass out. Nobody at the bar is gonna see that and go, hey, what's up? Oh, you know what? She probably just has cataplexy. No, it's gonna look like I drugged you if I make you laugh one time, okay? I hit her with a one-liner. She just turns into Pinocchio, right? It's not gonna be good for me. If I fucking whisper something witty and then all of a sudden she just goes catatonic like she's fallen asleep, I'm dragging her out of the bar, picking her up off my shoulder. The bouncer's not gonna see that and go, hey, what's going on over there? Oh, don't worry, I'm hilarious. A lot of people on dates? No? I thought this was Austin, let's be weird. Okay. All right. What's your weird? What do you do? Yeah. Stop the cameras. What do you do? Oh, fucking yeah, baby. Let's go. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's so awesome that I don't even know what happened to you as a kid. That's so awesome. You know what? I like touch my nipples a little bit. You're like dressed like Batman, beat the shit out of me. You're just getting fucked. Like, who is Falcone working for? I think I'm gonna fucking come. That's fucking awesome. You're the best. It's awesome, though, that you can make people aware of what you're into, what your personal life experience is, because the dating world's changed. Specifically now, after post-COVID, we're in a different world, especially with how vocal people are about their lives and their backgrounds on Twitter and stuff. It's a good thing, but it's made the dating world a very different place, okay? It used to be that you would get rejected, embarrassed, made fun of, and then hungry. That's how it would go. Now, people, even colloquially, use terms we never used to use. Like, people casually will say things like problematic. Hear that a lot? People say, I'd never hear it. But people say problematic. They say gaslighting. They say love bombing. People use their preferred pronouns now. It's all new. It's good, but it's new, okay? So take some adjusting. Getting rejected is a different thing. Getting rejected used to be that you'd be at a place and you'd go up to someone and you go, hey, sorry to bother you. I was just wondering, do you know how much a polar bear weighs? It's enough to break the ice. Hi, I'm Nick. No, it's the worst thing you've ever heard? Okay. Go die in a hole? Yeah. No, it's cool. I actually brought a bag of dildos, so it'll be pretty easy to go fuck myself. No worries. Fuck you, Kevin. You should have said something. You could have walked up and said something. No, dude. Let's just get food. Let's just get food. What? No, I'm not getting Mexican. Why? Because she's Mexican. I'm not supporting that, dude. Fuck that. now, with the way that people talk and how much info is out there about everybody's experience, now you get rejected and you like learn a life lesson. It's a whole other thing. I was out with my buddies. We saw this group of girls. I went over. I was like, hey, how you doing? Immediately shut me down. Right away, turned me down. Walked back over to my friends, and my buddy, he goes, what happened, dude? I was like, apparently I problematically gaslit, then love bombed, all while misgendering. And then he goes, she said that? And I was like, they, them said that! She is a Pisces Libra moon rising and her hair's not green because I don't see color, you bigot. You bigot. You guys use your preferred pronouns in your email signature? No? A flat out, fuck that. A very Texas, my pronouns are fucking locked and loaded, pussy. That's what I'm... It doesn't bother me. I like seeing people's preferred pronouns. It lets me know who to call a bitch. I'm fucking around. I'm kidding. I don't mean it, and here's why. Because I think, honestly, at the end of the day, who wants to hurt somebody's feelings, right? No, it helps you avoid a potentially awkward situation. But I will say that sometimes it does feel like a kind of random piece of information. That's it. That's all I'll say. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you get an email, and it's like, really looking forward to the meeting on Tuesday. Going to be a productive one. Best, Janet, head of sales, girl. Okay, well, that's cool. It's kind of random piece of information. I want to do that. I want to put like a random piece of... I want to put my bench press in my email signature. You know what I mean? It's like, can't wait for the show on Friday night. Gonna be a blast. Best, Nick, 265. What's up, pussy? What's good? What's actually good? What's real? Fucking Giga Chad legend. Those are my pronouns. What's up? I don't know. That's how I want it. I want to be seen as like fucking alpha male, but I don't know if that's what I am. I don't know if that's how I'm perceived. Like, you never know about anything about how you come off and who you are. Like, I don't even know sometimes if what I think I want is what I actually want, you know? Like, sometimes I think I want to have sex with someone, and in reality, I just want new gossip. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at a point in my life where the best part of sex for me is talking about it with my friends afterwards. That's my favorite part of sex. Like, I don't have sex to have sex. I have sex to have had sex. I enjoy the story more than the experience, okay? Like, I don't even come until one of my buddies high-fives me. That's the insecurity that we're dealing with. It's like, I'll have sex, and then I kind of walk around with the sex in me all day. And I'll see one of the Kevin's like, what's up, dude? I'm like, I had sex with Becky. And he's like, nice. And I'm like, oh, don't stop. Keep going. He's like, how was it? I'm like, it was fucking good. He's like, you're the man. I'm like, oh my God, stop, Jimmy, stop. Stop, Jimmy, I'm the man. What do you mean I'm the man? You really think I'm the man, dude? Do it for the gram. Yeah, if Graham was like my dude's name, you know what I mean? I do it for the gram. I do it for my boy Graham and fucking Mackenzie and Jimmy. That's what I do it for. Sex is weird. Isn't sex fucking weird? Sex is weird. You know what's weird about sex? It's really weird that we don't look good when we orgasm. It's weird. It's weird because an orgasm is the best feeling that a human body can have. It's the best feeling a human body can have without drugs. It's your pinnacle of elation, and it's the ugliest you look. Isn't that weird that it's the best feeling you can have and it's the worst you ever look? Like, orgasming is a beautiful thing. When you orgasm, your body thinks that you're creating a new life. It's usually in a sock or a keyboard, but your body thinks that you're making a new person who's gonna create a sustainable farm and build a hover car and cure cancer. That's what your body thinks is happening. That's a beautiful thing. You should come and be like, you should look great when you orgasm. It's a beautiful thing, but You don't. We come and we're like... It's weird that we get uglier when we do that. I think it's because your body is trying to take all your best qualities and put them into a new person. So all you're left with is... So here's what's happening right now in the room. Here's what's happening. A lot of you guys are laughing because you feel the truth in that. And then some of you, specifically girls, are going, I look good. You don't. Dude, girls think that they're in a movie when they're coming. They're on top, they're in slow motion. First of all, no woman's ever been on top. I'll do it. You think you look good, you think you're like up there in slow motion. Look, he thinks I'm a goddess right now. When women orgasm, they look like they're feeding a baby bird. We look worse. Dudes look worse by a lot. Every dude orgasming looks like he's turning into a werewolf. Run away. Go. Don't look at me. Don't. Get away from me. Don't look. Okay. Say dad. No, you're my dad. What? Fuck you. And fucking sweat is hitting you in the face. And you're like, I just wanted a job.
My whole life I've been a romantic. I used to be made fun of in school, and I learned later that it was because the people making fun of me were not getting any. I knew, even in school, you know. Oh, you guys kissing in the hallway? Yes. That's because I can't get a blowjob in the hallway. How's football going, bro? We stay home, we're boring. That's a key. It really is. We're homebodies. We love to stay in and read books and play cards and do puzzles. We watch HGTV. We do a shitload of cocaine and then we mainly focus on puzzling. Honey, give me the fucking sky pieces! Fucking love puzzles. There's something so soothing about a field of cerulean blue when I'm using amphetamines. My wife turned 50 a few years ago, which is a big birthday in a society that bases a lot of systems on the number 100. And I said, honey, this is a big birthday. Do you want something special, a bauble of some sort? And she said, no, you know, just make me one of your cards. By the way, if you're in a relationship, make your significant other a fucking card, please. I always make cards for Megan. I make her lots of gifts as well. Every time I'm doing it around my friends or coworkers, they always say the same thing. Oh, thanks a lot, man. You make us look so bad. Every time you make a card, my wife points it out to me, and I say, let me tell you something, Rob Lowe. I'm gonna tell you right to your face, you turn those blugels on anybody and you don't have to do shit. Please just keep looking at me. His face is magic. Folks, let's talk about merging for a second. What the fuck? I think we all know by now. You take turns. But sometimes, when you're in that side that has the advantage because the other side's trying to get in, you just can't help it. It's their turn. You're like, no, motherfucker. No, 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 no. A gentleman performed this act upon me, and naturally, I was fucking incensed. Are you fucking kidding me? It's merged, dude. It's my turn. I had steam coming out my ears, and I pulled behind him, and everything changed. I realized that he was driving a salt-caked, pearlescent Chrysler 300, which is a fucking seriously badass attempt at a car, with the vanity plate Thunder Road. And I said, "You magnificent motherfucker. If you're going to whip out your throbbing cudgel of a cock and bludgeon the rest of us about the face and mouth with your hot rod fuck wagon, you may have my place in line, sir. You, my friend, are living." Is the Bible full of great lessons? No question. Religious writings in general, the Bible, the Quran, the Tao Te Ching, Grimm's fairy tales, Battlestar Galactica, the Redux. These holy texts are rife with morals and lessons of value about how to be decent to one another and how to share our space and our planet. But when Jesus said something like, "Love thy neighbor as thyself," I heard that in Sunday school, and I said, "Fucking nailed it, Jesus." That's why you're the teacher, my friend. Thank you. And I went home, and I went to my neighbor, Mr. Severson, and I said, "I like it like this, Mr. Severson. I get it's a little backhand. I've got this cleft in my palm. Feeling it?" Mr. Severson liked it as well. Again, I have nothing against like any religion or club, especially any get-together where people are like, "You know what? We're fucked up monkeys." Like, a great part of our innate being is we want to like fuck each other and eat each other and kill each other, and many of those things at the same time. We want to fuck each other while we shit in each other's mouths, some of us. The permutations are endless. But we've learned with socialization, that's not cool to just go up to people and start doing stuff like that. So we've established these guidelines, and we have these get-togethers of like, everybody come to the big building, or just once a week, let's just remind ourselves not to shit in our neighbor's wife's mouth. Unless it's consensual, you know. Nothing is set in stone. Here's the thing. It's like two people loving each other and, you know, with or without children, trying to build like a loving, productive household and be good citizens. It sounds good, you know, they play a good game, but have you read Leviticus? So it's great this issue is getting attention. However, I am irked by all the attention that it's getting, all the ruckus and hubbub about same-sex marriage, when all the while, motherfucking vegetarians are marrying, bearing children, right outside, right on these streets. They're fucking filthy, herbivorous urchins are prancing down your sidewalks with a canvas bag full of kale. I use one bag. I know how to pronounce quinoa. Instead of legislation founded squarely upon the Bible, I'd like to see some laws pitched based on the writings of John Ronald Reuel Tolkien. That shit makes sense. Elrond was elected to lead the elves at Rivendell, not only despite his androgynous nature, but quite likely because of the magical leadership inherent in a well-appointed bisexual elf wizard. That's the guy you want picking shit out for your community. Who do you want throwing your gala? Who do you want to hand menu selections and a color palette to? David Bowie or a fucking Mormon? Something I love about New York is its obviously vibrant citizenry fucking shoving, elbowing down the streets. Everybody's living like a motherfucker. Just children, little old ladies, get the fuck out of my way. And there's this sense of like, hey, move, fuck you! There's a life, there's a vibrancy, and now everyone is doing this, and so you have to go up to people and be like, excuse me, fuck you. Sorry, go ahead. In woodworking, everybody knows what a chisel is. It's a long, flat piece of steel, the end of which forms a wedge-shaped tip that you sharpen to a very sharp edge, so sharp and strong that you can use it to shave wood like soap or butter. And the first time you do that correctly, you're hooked, you're bewitched. And everything in a wood shop is just some version of that chisel. A saw blade in a circular saw is just 36 little chisels in a machine that spins around. It's all just a form of a chisel shaping wood. And when you realize, I can shape this wood into anything I want to, it's so powerful, and I know that I have a lifetime of study in front of me that will be incredibly pleasing, just like eating pussy. It's so sad that so much of our society says, man, thank God it's Friday. Thank God 5 of the 7 days of my life are fucking over because I hate 5/7 of my life. Now I'm gonna spend 2/7 getting drunk at the Olive Garden so I don't have to think about the upcoming 5/7. Thank God. That's so sad. Find something to do that you love, or at least something you can do that you can tolerate, so that you can then have time to do what you love after work. Maybe it's grow things in the garden or whatnot. Fuck cantaloupes, whatever your thing is. All I'm saying is that the internal combustion engine, the telephone, the hardline telephone, amazing miracles in their day. But the thing about the phone, when you hang it up on the wall, you then don't come back every few minutes to see if it's gonna do something cool. Of like, no, hang on, you guys, hang on. No, just I want to see if it's gonna refresh or. I know I want to come play baseball too, but there might be a worthy distraction. You guys go ahead. That's all I'm saying. Is baseball is better than waiting for that. By the way, I had a little news. I've heard some rumblings. I just want to take a brief moment to say something to the gentleman. If a lady says to you, I can't wait to get your dick in my mouth. I love to suck your dick. She is lying to you. She's telling you a beautiful lie. She's giving you a generous gift. You need to reciprocate that shit. You guys, it's a relationship. It's absolutely equal. When you think about it, a dick is like a thumb with a pee hole. How good can your thumb taste? You know, they're not sitting at work thinking, man, I want to fucking get Eric's dick in my mouth ASAP. I just love the way his dick tastes. That's false. And you get stressed out. You don't look like people on magazines. You get upset. It's so sad when you see your friends that you're like, why do you weigh 72 pounds? There's bacon. Like, you go buy shit or pay surgeons to cut your face open and take shit out or put shit in. What the fuck? If you're gonna spend your money, get something that works every time, like bacon. How bad can it be that cutting your nose off and like sculpting it with inorganic shit is being like, oh, thank God. Phew. If you saw me before, my nose was a slightly different shape. But after like thousands of dollars and a painful surgery, now it has a slightly more of a button on it. What's the matter with you? Are you a human being? Then you're beautiful. Do you have one of these? Then you're fucking beautiful. Go out. What you're doing is comparing an organic form designed by nature with an anorexic, airbrushed, erotic cartoon. It's never gonna match up. And if it does, it's gonna be gross. If you go out in this beautiful part of the country and collect one leaf from every deciduous tree and one needle or pine cone from every conifer, take them all over to the Javits Center and lay them out in a vast array, and then go through them one by one, you will not find one that's not fucking gorgeous. There's some that are super fucked up compared to that other one. But those trees aren't worrying about it. Yeah, being an elm is okay, but have you seen the sycamores? They're fucking amazing. It's all beautiful. I was obsessed with her. She was super smart, super funny, charisma coming out of her ears. I wanted her. The problem was she would only date you if you went whole hog, full-on born-again Christian, which would have been insane. So I did that. I go, where? Yeah, and I cry, and okay, great. No hesitation. Jesus? Yeah, I fucking love him. He's my savior. I got saved, and we started dating, and after 4 or 5 months of fellowship and prayer, togetherness, we rutted like filthy beasts. If you see your wastrel friend at the liquor store, like, John, what's up with the 12-pack? Sorry, man. Do you even have your paper route anymore? Sorry. I put it back. I'll just get beef jerky. But if you see the same friend and say, John, what's with the 12-pack? And he says, I just got off a shift at the lumber mill. You say, enjoy those 12 beers, John. When we work hard, we have earned the right to use intoxicants. If you just use intoxicants, and I've crunched the numbers on this one too, you get depressed. It's so great to strike a balance. Beer, wine, whiskey, and the lesser spirits. Taken in the proper doses and used safely. Intoxicants can provide some of the most beautiful and joyous moments in your life. They can certainly ignite your creativity and just be fucking really fun. Or you can use them like an asshole and ruin it for the rest of us who just wanted to get high and go outside and look at a maple leaf.
Everyone I know is angry, really. I mean, everyone I've ever met, especially in New York City, is angry. No. We're all, yes! I saw a 2-year-old throw a fit in CVS today, and he just got to this planet. He's got no bills, no kids, no responsibilities, and he's still like, what the fuck is going on here? Open a register. Anybody here in therapy? Yeah, over there. Oh, good for you. Is it working? Oh, good. I feel like the only reason you feel good in therapy is because you're on a couch. Therapy, yeah, I don't know. If I do see a therapist, I'm going to see a female therapist. I think they're the best. Yeah, I do. I think I just think women are better at talking about feelings and emotions and ideas and all that stuff. I've been around guys my whole life. I don't trust them. Certainly don't trust them with my feelings. I'm sure there's hundreds of great male therapists out there, but I'm terrified I'd go to a male therapist and say something like, I'm scared, and he'd be like, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. I'm Nick. Look at me. I don't know. It's just men. Men are not good with their feelings. We're just not. It's not a big deal. It's not a huge deal, but we're just not. Feelings are like crayons. They give you 64, but you only end up using like 3. I use like 3 feelings. Anger, despair, nothing. And nothing's the big one. Nothing's the big one. I can't tell you how many times someone's told me a long story, and at the end of it they say, isn't that sad? And I'm like, I don't know. Sort of. It was long. Maybe that was it. Let's talk to my buddy. He told me he was horny. I said nothing. Telling someone you're horny is like telling them you have diarrhea. There's not a lot to add. Should have taken care of that before you left the house, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. That's what he said to me. I'm horny. What did he think I was going to say? Oh, all right, come here. Let's get this over with. You owe me. You shouldn't tell people you're horny. I mean, you tell your lover or your partner or whatever, that's fine, but you don't tell some guy you're You don't just tell some guy you're horny, You're not going to get sympathy, right? You get no sympathy for being horny. It's not like you're sick. You can't call in horny to work. Yeah, I'm not coming in today. No, I'm really horny. I don't want to give it to everyone else. No, I already tried that. And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. We all know there's more to life than just sex. It's just that sex is so much better than those other things. There's other stuff, but it's so much better. It's dominating. I mean, I love cookies. I do. I love cookies. But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not download a movie and watch 2 other people eat cookies. Or will I? Yeah. I think it's the word, horny. It's not a pleasant word, is it? Horny. It just feels aggressive. I should have called it something nicer. Extra lonely. Sad in the pants. I'm shocked that hasn't caught on. Sad in the pants, wouldn't that be great? Yeah. Would make those late night phone calls less sleazy. Can I come over? Why? Sad in the pants. I think some of you are hesitant to laugh at the horny material. Yeah, because of the times we live in with all the sexual misconduct going on, which isn't funny, which isn't cool. All the perverts. Seems like every time you open up the newspaper, there's a new pervert. Yeah, I used to think I knew what a pervert was, but with all this information going around, I finally looked the word up. You know what a pervert is? A pervert is a guy That's it. Yeah. That's it, yeah. Just a guy with an idea. Guys are not doing well right now. Guys are not going to make the playoffs. Right? It's just not good. Just look at the news. It's all guys. They shouldn't even call it the news. They should call it shit guys did today. And now Susie with the weather. Don't touch her! A lot of couples, that's good. Love. I'm in a relationship. I am cautiously optimistic, which means I'm divorced. Are you divorced over there? Divorced? You're divorced? Oh, you're just happy I am. All right. You usually don't get that kind of support. Yeah. For those of you who don't know what divorce is, divorce is when the person who knows you better than anyone in the entire world thinks you suck. They've done the research, and it's a big thumbs down. Anyway, that's all behind me, right? I'm in this relationship. It's going okay. She's smart and funny. Of course, everybody says that about their partner, don't they? He's smart and funny. She's smart and funny. No one's ever like, I'm dating a sad moron. Woo, it's tough. She is smart, though. She's got a master's in business, a doctorate in engineering, and a law degree. Yeah, but I feel like we balance each other out. So, you know. I ground her. I don't know. I love her. My buddy said, how do you know you love her? I'm like, I don't know. What do I got to convince you to? He is right on some level. You can't be positive you love somebody. You think you love somebody. You tell people you love them, but you don't. There's no way to confirm it, right? There's no test. There's no breathalyzer for love. That'd be nice. Someone trying to get over on you. I love you. Oh, really? Blow into this. We have a realistic kind of love. We don't have that Hollywood kind of romantic comedy, everything is going to be fine kind of love, right? You know? Matter of fact, we were watching a movie the other night, and The Rock was in it, and he turns to the woman in the movie, and he's like, I'm not going to let anyone hurt you, ever. And then she looks at me, and I'm like, well, you know. Certainly do what I can, but I'm scared too. I just don't want to date anymore. Big thumbs down on dating. Because I'm old. I've been doing it forever. It's too emotionally exhausting. That's the big problem. It's emotionally exhausting being in love. Like when you try to find out, when you try to meet somebody. Because what is dating? Dating is basically one person walking into a room and saying to another person, huh? Not bad, right? And how do you figure out if you like somebody? You go to a comedy show, you have drinks. You go to dinner, you have drinks. You go out for drinks, you have more drinks. Of course you're going to think you like the other person. You're hammered. But you don't learn anything about the person. You say the right thing, wear the right thing. Oh, yeah, me too. Then 6 months later, you find out they're a creep. I don't have that kind of... I think all first dates should be in your underpants on a couch at 7 a.m. with all your medications in front of you. Yeah. Yes. You got diabetes. I got depression. Let's do this. I don't know. I really don't. Dating. I don't even know. I just with the sex too, and that's hard. It's difficult to say. I don't even have that many. I don't have as many sexual thoughts as I used to. I don't know what happened. I think my porn director in my head is so exhausted from his early work that. He's just showing clips from the Great British Baking Show right now. Somehow it works. So anyway, seeing this woman. She wants to get married. I want her to stop wanting that. It's not that I don't want to get married again. It's that I don't want to get divorced again. Exactly! I don't want to get divorced again. Two divorces is a bad look. I'm sorry if you've been divorced twice, but it just doesn't look good. Getting divorced twice. You get divorced once, people are like, oh, that's too bad. You get divorced a second time, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you saying to these people? If this one doesn't work out, though, I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm taking the penis off, put it in the closet next to the Peloton and that book I never read. And you got to give it up, though. You can't. You just got to throw your hands up and just wish for the best. I think that's all you can do. So, yeah, sometimes you get married, you get divorced. Sometimes you get married, you get divorced. Sometimes you get married and that person kills you. That's got to be the worst. What are the chances you marry somebody and they kill you? It's got to be a weird feeling. They're coming at you with a knife. You're like, wow, was I off?